Good morning. Another little video by me, Gary Champion, psychic medium, healer, teacher, author, all around good guy. It seems to me that we have two systems that work within this. We have the conscious mind and we have the subconscious mind. And I think I've expressed this before. The conscious mind twirls around with only that which it knows, that which is within its history or memory. The subconscious mind doesn't operate under that at all. The subconscious mind can go anywhere. It can ascertain information not known by anybody. Pretty good thing to have there. It's like, your backup system's better than your real system. The conscious mind is that which we engage the world with. Hello, how you doing? Would you like a blah, blah, blah? It's the tool we have for negotiating the real world with other people in real time. The orb. Holy crap. I'm getting a lot of those lately. Lost my whole train of thought. Anyway, what we suffer from in dealing with other people is excessive thinking. Excessive thinking gets in the way of what's really going on. The mind is always trying to solve a problem you have. So when it goes round and round, only able to use the knowledge that it has, it just keeps going round and round and round and round, repeating the same stuff. It doesn't come to a solution. It's not able to. The information it has doesn't apply. Should I put a bigger sign up in front of my business, or a smaller sign? Should I get this car? Should I buy that house? Do I like this shirt? Those are conscious thoughts, which are difficult sometimes for me to decide. I'm in a store with my wife. Some of these shirts are sitting there, and I sort of close my eyes and dream off and say, I like those shirts. Let's get a couple of those. See, something not solvable by my conscious brain, because I don't have any of these shirts. I don't have any knowledge to deal with it. Were they comfortable? Did they fit? Did they wash well? Did they shrink? I don't have any of that knowledge. Knowledge not currently in my machine needs to be dealt with my subconscious brain, because my conscious brain is suffering from excessive thinking. It's going round and round and round and round. Can't come to a conclusion because I don't have the information necessary to make a choice like that. I don't know anything about the shirt. The subconscious mind can know that without you knowing it. Subconscious mind often keeps things separate from the conscious mind. It doesn't tell you things that maybe you need to know, which is why when you get a moment of relaxation and you're completely let go, all this stuff floods in. They're trying to tell you things that you need to know to negotiate life better. Dead people telling you stuff. Let's get that out. It's a spiritual channel. We're talking Gary Champion, psychic medium. So I don't really do anything without checking with my subconscious. Conscious mind can only deal with that which is within its memory or knowing. Subconscious mind sees around corners. It sees things that haven't happened yet. Excessive thinking keeps your brain from falling into the subconscious where answers are readily available. If your mind is overthinking, excessive thinking, it doesn't allow the subconscious to work. It kicks it out of the room. We don't need you. Being in the moment it's been kicked around a lot, but being in the moment means that you're not really thinking. Don't think about it, just do it. And people who can't get out of conscious mind into subconscious mind make a lot of mistakes. years and years ago, 30 years ago or something, I used to do service work. And before GPS and before anything else, I had a box of maps. I'd pull that map out and pull up to an intersection and see where I was and find out where I was going. And if you had an old map or a hole in the map where that particular place was, from folding it and creasing it, you were lost. And I'd be in some cul-de-sac in a town I'd never been in before in the middle of the night trying to get somewhere and couldn't find any street that made any sense because the maps were out of date and it had been, wherever I was, had been redone. The roads were different, the names were different. And even if the names were right, all of a sudden that road's not there. They've cut that road off with something going through that way, and you can't get from there to there. So, and in going through all these little roads to get to a house, you didn't remember how you got there. And you can get there because you can call them and say, where are you? And they say, take a left on this and a right on that, and you'd end up there. Well, this is how things were done before GPS or anything else. There used to be a company that made a disc you could put in your computer, and you could program it, and it would print out a thing saying turn left, turn right here. But before that, there were just maps. The maps were very faulty. So I would sit in the car, dead of night, nobody around, it's quiet, and there's another orb, I think, and just think, should I turn left or right? And then I would automatically, the steering wheel would turn left, and I'd go, and it would lead me right back to where I needed to be. By allowing the subconscious mind to operate instead of the conscious mind, which thinks it knows everything, which actually knows very little. Conscious mind is a bully in the whole scenario. It's the dominant brain. It's why it's out there. It's the one we use daily to do things. Got to go to the market, got a list of things. That's conscious mind stuff. You go there, and then your next trip is to pick up something here and to do something there and to drop something off the post office. This is the conscious mind. Doesn't work in things where it doesn't know. So, and you can't allow the subconscious mind to run amok. Mine does. Actually, I don't have much of a conscious brain. My subconscious brain is actually doing this video. I'm hearing things and I'm repeating what I'm hearing to make the video sound like I know what I'm doing, and really it's not me, it's my subconscious. It's actually my guides telling me things to tell you. My conscious mind does not run what I do. Doesn't run who I am. Doesn't tell me what to do. Limitedly. I go on a subconscious mind. Should I? No. God said it's time to renew the car. I'll go down and renew the registration, get it inspected. That, instead of some notice coming up that my car needs to be registered. So it's a bit confusing. And to be in a room with me is very confusing. Not a normal interaction. I'm spacey. I stare off in the distance. I do it during these videos. I'm not really. Conscious mind isn't working. It's taking a vacation. And the more of this kind of work you do, you find that you are very spacey and you have less of a conscious mind. And if that bothers you, then go back to being normal. Because all this is done with the subconscious mind. Everything. Manifesting. I have a class coming up in January, I think. I put it on the schedule for teaching a manifesting class. All done with the subconscious mind. If the conscious mind could have gotten it done, I would have had it sitting right out there at the curb. Conscious mind can't get it done because it operates within what it knows from its history, what it's gleaned, what it's stored away. Subconscious mind doesn't have any restrictions. Time, space, believability, it doesn't make those judgments. So manifesting is done from the subconscious mind. I want a new sports car. It should appear there on the curb if the conscious mind had been running things. Actually bought a sports car a few years ago for my wife because she wanted a convertible. And that's how I found it. I just went into subconscious mode and drove down the road, pulled into a place and said, "You've got a convertible?" He said, "No, we don't have any convertibles." I said, "You do have one." He said, "Well, let me look." There was one on the back lot that no one had purchased. There it was. They were picking up pizzas in it. Cleaned it up, polished it up. We didn't pay anything for it hardly. It's a perfect purchase. The idea of the subconscious running program to make your life better through your guides. You're not doing any of it. That'd be a huge ego I'd have if I thought I were doing all these things. And my life is so magical. Well, it is magical. It's weirdly magical. We talk about it all the time. We can't stop talking about how magical it is, how perfect things seem to come our way. Things just drop into place. My wife manifested a job recently. She wanted a little job to do online. She wants something to do. There it is. Somebody contacted her. Bingo, it's a perfect job. With all the kind of things you'd want in a perfect job. And manifesting happens because the conscious mind isn't driving the ship. Ship's being, in our families, being run by the subconscious. I think or I feel. Let's go do that. That sounds perfect for today. And it always ends up right. So anyway, intuitive thinking, I have another class written for that sometime next year. All those classes I teach are done from the subconscious mind. Improving your intuitive ability, that's another class I'm going to offer next year. All done from the subconscious mind, which is easy to drop into. So when you're lost and you can't figure out anything because the conscious mind doesn't have what's necessary to make an adequate decision, drop into your subconscious, take a few deep breaths, space out, and it'll always come to you. It doesn't require a long meditation, although in those classes there are meditations to show you how to drop into it. It doesn't take a lot. Subconscious mind is just waiting there, around the corner. Wait, are they going to let me in the game? They're going to let me in the game, coach. And the conscious mind sort of drops off and spaces out, and subconscious mind says, starts running out on the field. And that's the reality of the world, not what you think it is. So subconscious mind is the mind you really want to be using when you get to where you don't know what you're doing. Conscious mind is perfectly good for day-to-day things. I didn't know I was going to make this video. Just popped into my head. It's the day to make a video. Here's a good one. Excessive thinking. And in some case, if you're doing a mathematical problem, excessive thinking, that's what you want to do. If you're an architect building a building, you want those stress loads on the walls and all that. Calculations, that's the conscious mind. You need to have that. Well, I don't need it because that isn't what I do. But the average person needs a conscious mind to be, if you're a teller, if you're running a business of some kind, the conscious mind knows what it knows, and it'll redo that day after day after day. This is a process for getting that done. It'll pop up, you'll follow the process, you'll have a successful day because it's proven. Conscious mind knows what it's doing because it's simply repeating the past. You want to step out and do something unusual, subconscious mind your go-to guy. He's sitting on the bench. He's sitting on the bench. He's just idling there waiting for a break, for when you relax or take a moment of introspective nothing. It happens around here a lot. Most of my day is spent in meditative mode. I don't have any other real mode anymore. I used to. I used to be able to run a business, but I can't do it anymore. But your go-to guy is your subconscious mind. All these things you want to do to make your life better can be accessed there. They cannot be accessed to the conscious mind because if it knew what it was doing, it would have fixed it long before. It doesn't have a clue. It's not in its memory. It's not in the open the drawer, pull out the thing, do this, click that, call this guy. That's not in its memory. The subconscious, that's all that's in its memory. The subconscious mind has no boundaries, has no clear, definable, this is what you do. Just it's intuitive knowledge at your fingertips. Did a class, Reprogramming Yourself. Change your programming, change your life. And that's true. It's all done at the subconscious level. If you can repeat it over and over again, your life changes. That's what the class is about. Probably teach it next year sometime. Maybe April or something, I'm not sure. But I'm trying to pass on to you something which I've learned, which has taken me a lot of time. Figure out how to pull it off. Just, I don't want to say my life is wildly perfect, but it pretty much is. If I had a bad thing to say, I'd have said it by now. I just don't have any. I love my wife, love what I do, love where I live, love this silly shirt. It all works for me because I'm not using my conscious mind to make it work. I'm using my subconscious mind, which is where all things are possible. Very limited things are possible with the conscious brain. Subconscious mind, everything is possible. Everything is magical. Magical things happen in the subconscious mind. They do not happen in the conscious mind. If they do, it's an accident, or you think you did it. But really what was happening was some point back here you stopped excessively thinking. Your brain allowed the subconscious mind to come out and give you the answer. Now your conscious brain is back in to control of things. And hey, I did something right. No, you didn't. Came from the subconscious mind. Purely accidental in the conscious mind, because it only knows what it knows. It repeats those things. It doesn't have the ability to look around corners to see what's coming. Ooh. Subconscious mind does it all day long. You have that moment of clarity, and that's what it is. It's a communication from the other side. Excessive thinking, good some of the time. Most of the time it's not very valuable at all. You're just repeating things. And if your life feels like you're repeating things over and over and over again, that's why it is, because your conscious mind, a successful conscious mind is one that repeats shit. Subconscious mind finds things that don't exist. How could you possibly know that? I get that a lot. How could you possibly know that? How could you tell me that 2 weeks ago and now it's happened today? Get a lot of emails like that. Because I didn't tell you. Some person who's passed told me this, and I'm passing it on to you. I'd like to claim it, but that'll be a conscious mind thought. Oh, how great I am. Oh, I'm so great. That's a conscious mind ego trip. That it isn't true. Subconscious mind rules the world if we allow it to. And creative things come out of that. Things that you can't see yet. Things that haven't happened. The future. And it can also explain why your past is so bad, because you keep repeating the same mistakes. Because of your programming. We don't have bad people in the world. We have bad programming. Where you got it, you can probably tell yourself where you got it. But subconscious mind doesn't operate like that. It finds new avenues for solving old problems. You don't stay in your subconscious mind long enough to allow it to happen. But if you stayed in your subconscious mind like me all day long, pretty soon you'd be alone. You wouldn't have a family. You wouldn't have any friends. You wouldn't have a job, unless you do what I do. Then you would be welcome here. I don't think there's a big call for spacey mediums. I've not seen it. People aren't knocking on my door saying, where's the next, we need to solve this problem. Where's the next blowout going to be in the world? Where's the next war going to be? Easily ascertainable by the subconscious mind. I'm just not interested in it, so I don't go there. But, climate change, what can we do? Easily ascertainable by the subconscious mind. as much as can be predicted without nothing predicted is perfect. World changes, so predictions are not 100%. Given current things that are going on, that's what will happen. Anyway, end of this babbling video, which I hope helps. If it doesn't, just don't watch it. Get in the middle of it and shut it off and say, I don't need this crap. Who is this psychic boy telling me crap? Nobody at all. No fear, no regret, no anger. Thanks for watching.